All right, so episode 2. Thank you guys so much for the response to the first episode, and thank you for all the questions that were submitted. It makes my life so much easier knowing that I have content to respond to, and I always joke even at work that if you ask me a question, it's super easy to get an answer. But then if you ask me to write something spontaneously, it's that much harder. So it's really helpful to have questions to answer. So thank you. Secondly, the there were certainly times where my multitasking skills were pushed to the limit when trying to answer questions, read questions while catching Pokemon and trying not to look like a total fool throwing balls wildly. Let me see here. Okay, so we're connected. There's just nothing outside. I think the preference for future videos is going to be that I don't have to read. I can play and talk and whatnot. But so we recorded the video several hours ago. It's 11 o'clock at night now. You guys will see this tomorrow morning. So I'm not wearing the Ilos shirt. And just to explain the Ilos shirt as well, Ilos Videos is a company, ilosvideos.com, that was a Techstars company that I mentored when they were in town as part of the Techstars Cloud program. And they create the software that I'm using right now to record this. So I have QuickTime loading my phone up, and so whatever I do here happens on the screen. And then I just made the little backdrop with the little Trainer Toll logo, and then they have a button for picture-in-picture, and so I'm able to put it all together. And honestly, I don't know where I would be looking for the software to do all of these things together if it wasn't for Ilos. So I pulled out my Ilos shirt, even though wearing blue kind of makes me a team trader, but we do have a Pidgey. But yeah, so I wanted to give them props because the technology is fantastic. 483 Pidgey, that's really high. Just when I think I've seen the biggest Pidgey of all. Don't you run. You ran. Ugh, I kind of wanted that Pidgey. Not that I would have wanted the Pidgeot, but okay, so I want to talk a little bit about, kind of cleaning out bags and when we're looking at the bag at the end of the day, everyone's bag will kind of look like mine. A lot of people's bags will look a lot worse than mine, but the emphasis here is on, we scroll all the way down to the list, and there's a whole bunch of Pokemon that, that you caught, you didn't transfer. This Zubat is a good example, I think. Okay, so you wind up with all this stuff in your bag, right? And then it's always the Zubats. This is why a lot of times I don't even bother with them, because certain things that are they have a really small hitbox, just let them go, because it takes 50 Pokemon or Zubat candy to evolve a Zubat. So I mean, even with all the ones that I've caught screwing around, I don't have enough. He's not even going to be contributing to the XP for the day. So I do have a Lucky Egg on, which generally you do at the end of the day when you're cleaning out your bag and you're going through your Pidgeys and you're going through your candy. So right now I am at, let's call it 165,000. So I'm 10,000 away from the halfway point, I think. Is that how that works? Yes. Good math. So yeah, 10,000 away from the halfway point. Let's see if we can get to that halfway point. I go straight to the bottom. Ekans, we talked about Ekans in the first episode, because he evolves at 50, so generally he's kind of garbage. Coughing as well takes 50 to evolve. So in order to get that 500 XP doubled to 1,000, that's where, I'll catch a Pidgeotto, but the sole purpose of that Pidgeotto is to go into the grinder. So here's a Geodude. I already have Golem, so I already have all the way to the top. As a power gamer, um, my emphasis was not strength first. And I know a lot of people will say, save your candy and make sure you're going to level up a really, really good Pokemon. But in my case, uh, I wanted to complete the Pokédex. Like that was my primary goal. So as we're cleaning out, we're swiping through. Caterpie, I have exactly 12 candy. I'm not even going to keep these, so I'm not worried about which. Am I leveling up the lowest one or the highest one or whatever? Um, that's the hardest part is watching the animations. And you do see that after you do the evolution, you do get one candy as well for doing the evolution. So you spend 12, but you get one back. Um, Pidgeys, got a couple of Pidgeys. Looks like I can do about four. Um, and again, it gets bumped up to Pidgeotto, and then you reset it. So each evolution, and this is an interesting thing with the game. You would think that they would give experience credit based on the tier of the evolution, but I could go from Charmeleon to Charizard and get the same amount of experience as if I went from a Pidgey to a Pidgeotto. So really, the experience benefit, it doesn't care what you're evolving as long as you're evolving something. Looks like I've got enough for a Nidoran or Nidorino. The the interesting thing, or no, that'll be Nidorino because O is the male and Nidorina is okay. Um, I, I've got it down now. I think as far as the purple is the boy and the blue is the girl. Um, but even in this case, I don't intend to. I already have my Nidoking. I already have my Nidoqueen. So I'm just going through here and picking up evolutions. So I've done 3 evolutions so far. So our goal was to hit about 10,000 experience towards the reaching that halfway point. So we've already earned. I think this will be the third. Um, I like to tell myself, and like I actually have a real mantra that when you when you transfer something to the professor, I know we all joke about the fact they go into the blender, but I like to think that he gives them a loving home, and you know he doesn't test shampoo on them or something. But we all know they go into the blender, and that's how you get the candy back. Um, yeah, so we're at number 4, number 5, or something like that. I'll check the experience bar in a minute, but um, the the fun part about this is that you can pay money to upgrade the size of your Pokemon storage. I did it like twice or something because I didn't know any better at the time, and I was like, oh, I need more storage. But uh, you really don't. My way, you don't need a ton of Pokemon storage because as I catch things, especially things like Pidgeys and Caterpies and whatnot, that I know maybe I already have one or I know I'm going to find 12 more in the next hour, I will catch it, transfer it, catch it, transfer it. And so a lot of the time my bag is pretty empty to begin with. Let's see if there's anything out there. Nope. Sorry, so we've already gained 7,000 experience, so we need 3,000 more to hit that halfway point. Can we evolve? We can evolve a Mankey. Now, okay, so that's a good example. So Mankey is decent, not terrible. Um, but so I want to look and see, do I have a somewhat decent Mankey between these two? This one probably has better IVs. Again, this is totally guessing, but he's 503, he's 491. That's close enough. But then you see that in that little arc on the bar, how this guy's farther down the list. I think I can use the mouse. I think you guys can see that. So right there. But then if we look at the other one, so he's like probably 2 or 3 power ups behind. So he's like 1 or 1.5 levels. I guess, but that's on me. So that's like 2 levels at least. So he's 4 power ups behind the other Mankey. So then when we're looking at that, we're considering, hey, how much, which one has better IVs? Again, Mankey's not going to be one of my heavy hitters, but if you're going to evolve one, so he was a 491 when we started, and let's see what he becomes when he evolves. And the Infernape is, or not Infernape, Primeape. There we go. I got it before it popped up. So one low kick and low sweep. So if you need something, the good thing about having really strong low level Pokemon, and I mean this, so hear me out. Having a low level Pokemon like that means that when you are doing gym challenges, let's say I have something that's weak to fighting type, I would use that 1000. So even though I've got stuff almost 3000 CP, I would use that 1000 to train up my own gym. So if I'm fighting something that's 1200, I might use something that's 1000. And so having things right at the 1000, 750, 1250, 1500, 500, having things that okay, I want to make sure I've got this type of attacker so that when I'm leveling up a gym, I know I've got something good to use. There was a Tauros downtown the other day that was like 668 CP, and again, my highest is almost 3000, and I could have stomped him, but I was trying to train up against him, but I couldn't find the right combo to train against. And this was a friendly gym, so I was trying to level the gym up, but I couldn't find the right thing, and this Tauros just kept stomping my stuff. So it's good to have lower level, fully evolved, IV optimized. You want those good, strong candidates in the mix. That Eevee 834 that we caught earlier today when we were doing the Alamo video, he's going to evolve very well. You can see he is probably level 29 like me. So if I powered him up now, he could get up to level 30.5. So whenever you see a Pokemon like that, you'll never catch a Pokemon that's gauge is fully maxed out already. All right, so that arc across the top, it'll never be fully maxed out. If you catch something that's your level, which means it's almost filled and it's at that line right there, that's how you know that you can power that up 3 more times. So he would go from 29, 29.5 to 30, and then 30.5. So currently, as level 29 myself, my cap is 30.5. Once I hit 30, it'll be 31.5. So it's always your level plus 1.5 is the highest level your Pokemon can achieve. Some people count the levels as every half level is a full level. So 29 would be 58, and then but a lot of us in the Silph Road research chat, we kind of refer to them through the half level. So for me, I will refer to it based on the trainer level, which is half of a level gained. So yeah, he will evolve very well when he can evolve. Just like this 934 Growlithe. I haven't run his IVs yet to see if he's just some sort of like weird anomaly, but he should be about 2300 when he's fully evolved. And then that 1169 Ponyta. Okay, so I don't want to get rid of him yet. I need to run the numbers for that 1169 and see if so that one's almost full, and that one's up. So this one's probably better. Yeah, I think I'll hold on to those for now until I figure out which one is which. Again, 924 Rhyhorn, he will evolve very well. But I've got some of these, so I've got 934 Growlithe, 897, so it's safe to, and I understand it's going to break some of y'all's hearts to see an 881 Growlithe just get mulched, but into the blender, and then the 784 as well into the blender. 718 into the blender, and I've got Katy Perry, who's almost she's fully maxed out, almost 2500. So she's really good. But then I've also got these other two Arcanine that are really strong. So I'm not hurting for Arcanines. I last thing I want to do is act like I'm just burning them, but I just have so many Arcanines that I try to only hold on to the best of the best in the Growlithe department, and they're very plentiful downtown. So Again, I'm back down at the bottom of the list. Let's get that Pidgey evolved. I think I've probably hit my 10,000 XP goal. Taking its sweet time evolving. Congratulations, you've evolved. Now go away. Off to the professor with you. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful life. Nidoran male. Kind of tempted to hold on to him because I've got 63 candy, but I like experience a lot more than I like Nidoking, so he can go. I must have hatched a couple of him because I don't know why I had that many. Come on, he's cute. He's all grumpy. He just looks unhappy. Sorry, she looks unhappy. Because I can tell the difference between blue and purple. Whatever, then go away. Rattata, don't have enough there, so I can transfer that. Pidgey, so I don't have enough. I've done all the Pidgey evolutions I'll be able to do. Let's see if I have another Vulpix that I want to evolve, because I know I will get hate mail if I evolve a Vulpix, and I'm going to. You watch. You ready for hate mail? Hate mail is happening right now. We're evolving a Vulpix purely to get the experience off of it. But again, so I've got the badass Charizard, I've got the badass Arcanine. Ninetales as a fire type is gorgeous. It's an awesome Pokemon. I'm a big fan of it from the show, from the looks, but as far as what is powerful in the game, I didn't even check its stats. It just goodbye. This is turning into like a slash film for Pokemon transfers. The Zubat, don't have enough there yet. 355 Sandslash, that's sad. 376 Growlithe. And the idea here is that we're making choices. We're saying, hey, I'm not gonna need this. I'm not gonna need this. I'm not gonna want to evolve this. And ABC. It's the core rule of Pokemon. ABC. Always be catching. And so you always want to be catching everything you can, because each time you catch, you get that Stardust. And that Stardust is very valuable. You can see I'm sitting at only 12,660 right now. As you get higher levels, it costs like 5,000, 6,000 Stardust to power up a Pokemon to get it to a max level. The Gastlys can go. I got my Gengar the other day, so I'm happy about that. There's that Pikachu that appeared at the Alamo today. I haven't run his numbers, so I'm not going to get rid of him. We have run the numbers on this Sandshrew, but we don't have enough. Haven't run the numbers on those two. Let's see. Don't know. Can't tell visually if that one's a good one or not. Let's get another Grumpy Nidorina, because the blue ones are female. I forget my right and left too. It's an ADHD thing. You should hear me give driving directions. All right, Grumpy, come here. Come on. All right. Shelter, I do have enough to evolve. I already have a Cloyster. I don't really have high expectations for this Cloyster. Basically anything less than CP 2000 at this point, that's kind of my cutoff where I'm not really spending a ton. And everybody will get there. For a long time, my cutoff was like 200 CP, and then anything below 200 CP I was getting rid of. And then it was like pretty quickly, when you hit around level 20, that gap goes up to like 1,000 really quickly. And it was like, hey, anything less than 1,000 doesn't get saved. So Ice Breath, I think, is the better of the two ice attacks. But the Lucas nerd in me digs the 1138, so we'll hold on to him for no reason. Let's see, Machop. I've got the 609 Machop. Again, low expectations for even a Machoke. He's just not what I consider like an S tier attacker. Um, but I'll probably hold on to him just so that, in case I want to make a bigger. Yeah, I might not even hold on to him. I don't know. Let's see. So 609 turns into 990. So again, in that tier perspective, he doesn't get amazing. Look at all that Hitmonlee candy. Like if Hitmonlee evolved, that would be amazing. Um, or I could power him up, but again, he's just not tier. Yeah, definitely cooking a lot of eggs right now. Clefairy, nope. Psyduck, nope. Psyducks are pretty plentiful. Cubone, Cubone can go. Let's make sure that the lucky egg. All right, still got 12 minutes on the lucky egg, so that's another 7,000. So we know that so far I have gotten 14,000 experience. So I've exceeded that halfway point on the road from 29 to 30, which is really why I'm incubating so many eggs, because the egg experience is very, very good. And I didn't know this, or I didn't really commit this to knowledge. It's not something I see talked about a lot, but when you hatch an egg, you get Stardust. You get more Stardust than just catching a Pokemon. So I've been able to get quite a bit of Stardust by hatching some eggs. So I've put a nice big iTunes gift card towards some incubators to replenish my stock. So we're getting there. Another couple more Zubat will be able to do that. That rhymed. Let's see, 598. I don't know if I have better. Venonat, maybe? Nope. I might actually be out of... Oh, Cubone. Cubone, bone, bone. Let's go. I'm a big Cubone fan. I mean, everybody's seen a little sad animation thing with, like, Cubone and missing his mom and all that stuff, which makes no sense because it sounds like there's only one Cubone in the world. And then they all take their mom's skull, and then how do they get their mom's skull? It's like questions we really don't want answered. Mud Slap, believe it or not, is a pretty good, pretty fast move. So I'm going to hold on to him just as and I might run his. I had a better Cubone. It's all right. It's not a priority. We have enough execute candy. So let's see, what was that? 590 something. The wonders of YouTube is that you guys can click back to see, but I can't. Executor. Is he good, Executor? Not terrible. You can see, on his arc that he's got quite a ways that he could power up, but Confusion, I think, is not the best of the setups there, and then Solar Beam takes quite a while to charge up, so I won't. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use him, so he can go. The Mankey can go. Drowsy, man, I'm 14 away. I wish I knew where to get some. Those are both. Well, I think I caught one, but then the rest are from hatching them. So, Spearow? Nope. So you can go. Abra could go. We know that's a good Abra. Let's do that. It was lagging on us really bad as we were leaving the area right when the rain was starting up at the Alamo yesterday, and I was really anxious about the connection not being good, and it was just lagging a little bit, making me nervous. Kadabra. All right, so let's see. Rattata. Alright, it's Paris? Nope, not yet. But that's a 665 Paris. That'll evolve well. And I'll get more Cubone candy. Cubone is pretty common downtown. I think this 812 can go. But you know what we haven't checked? Oh, look at that. He's all ready to turn into Gyarados. But, and this is where self-control comes in, because I really want to do it. But that Magikarp's IVs and this Magikarp's IVs are not yet where I want them to be. And so even though I could use these last 7 minutes of my... So I went 7,000 XP past my goal, so I'm a little more than halfway to 30. But not sure that I want to evolve the Magikarp just yet. So those are candidates. I saw a 174 Magikarp, 172, but it ran. So in another one, I'll make sure that we save the Gyarados evolution for when we're recording. But yeah, I don't think that's the one. Not the one. Not the one. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we really appreciate all the support and all the questions. Keep them coming in, and we'll keep doing our best to answer it. So yeah, that's how we clean out our bag at the end of the day.